What is going on, Twitch? Just wanted to give an update real quick. It looks like, let me stop this. Come on, stop. Get out of here. All right, so it looks like Team Builder is back. I just loaded the logos that you see on the screen, and they were successful. I do have other teams that are in the works. Let me save that. I can't remember if I did or not. I think I did, but just to be safe. And really, how I found out was when this all started, I was actually doing a roster for these inmates, and it lost the logo there. It just had a placeholder. It kept showing. So I went on, um, about an hour ago, thereabouts, and saved it, and the logo came back. So then I tried to upload these, and I did that successfully. So it looks like our team builder is back. So I wanted to let everybody know. Hopefully other people that are into team builder watch this or come in while we're doing this. I think I'm going to try to build the locos while we're on stream, just so it's not a 5-minute video. And I usually do 3 songs on my intro, but I wanted to get this news out as quickly as possible. I didn't see anybody else talking about it, so I don't know if anybody else knows yet. And so yeah, I wanted to let everybody know. I still have to do all these rosters. I think that's going to make the inmates ready to put out there. If anybody wants to download those, I'll go ahead and take a preview of those so you can see what they look like. So Madden is limited to 5, where college football has 10 images that you can upload. So these guys um, normally on their alternates, they have barbed wire as their stripes. But with the limitations of what I can upload, I didn't have enough room to upload. I would want to do a black one and a white one version of the barbed wire, and it doesn't let me do that because of the limitations of the logo. So EA, anybody sees this or anybody that has a rep with EA that can let them know, please give us more slots like college football has. Make no sense to me why they would be different. Having said that, moving on. So we have home and away. The differences here, you'll notice the face mask is different and the numbers are different. So on the home, they're dark. Well, the face mask is white, but the numbers are dark and the names. On the away, it's the opposite. You got the black face mask and the white numbers and name. And then you have the alternates, and I use the stripes here instead of the barbed wire, but everywhere you see stripes there would be a barbed wire running instead of stripes. But again, due to the limitations of the number of images you can upload, I went ahead and did stripes, and that allowed me to do these uniforms this way. And then alternate, you have the white version. They obviously have not fixed the helmet. That's supposed to be shiny. It doesn't look right. Now, I don't have the game yet. I plan on getting it shortly, so I can look at these in game to see if that blends well enough. If it doesn't, then I may actually go back to all black helmets. I'm not sure yet. So I have to take a look at that. And then here we did the stripes, but we chromed it out. So everything is chrome except for the numbers. So that's what those guys look like. If you guys are interested in seeing them in anything, download them as soon as they're submitted. And they do have a customer roster. I may submit them later tonight. I do believe they are ready. Just want to double check, make sure it saved everything roster wise. So that's what they look like. I did this because that's kind of normal NFL look, is a simpler logo for the scoreboards. I may switch that at some point to be the team logos. Like you saw, the logos had the train, but I have that as the secondary, and then I have the simpler one as their main. So I assume that's what they use on on the presentation part of the. I will obviously be able to test that later once I do get the game and download them into that. But I am doing 32, and I plan on doing a league. See who. I wouldn't say sim league necessarily because it'll be on the field, but I don't know yet if I'm gonna play every game or not. That's what the logos look like. I figured that then. And then if we go back over, I'm gonna try to do something with the logos here. I have all these others done. I just haven't done the roster yet. I do have a file that has all the rosters to be entered. I'm just changing the names and the numbers, so they won't be real players; they'll be fictional. But if you choose a certain style of team, it gives you the same roster. It doesn't randomize it at all. So I did that on my own. With I think I have 4,000 first names and 4,000 last names that it can choose from. So that's how we did the rosters for that. Let's go ahead and jump in here and see what we can do. I did kind of do these so I can see stuff. I did do a I didn't save that. I did do a Madden video 20 for customizing the teams a couple years ago, but I have since gotten a new rig and I didn't bring all of the shut up. I didn't bring all the files over with me. So kind of trying to use that as inspiration for how these teams look. What's going on? Okay, better. So right now I'm trying to pull up the, and that's videos. Well, actually, there's an update to it as well. But both of those videos are on my YouTube channel of the same name. If you guys want to check that out at all. Right now I'm just skimming through here. Is it taking so long to load? Well, it was working. Is it not working again? That would be unfortunate, wouldn't it? All right, so I'm skimming through one of those videos trying to find this team so I can kind of get an idea of how I had them looking because I was pretty happy with everything that I had. But you had to use Frosty Editor, so it was a little janky. And then to get it into the only thing I did like better about it was I could use my fonts, like the fonts that you see on the main logo for the inmates. I was able to use that font on the jerseys for the numbers and for the name across the chest and all that kind of thing. And the people's names, the nameplate. I was able to use it for those as well. But it didn't change everything from an exhibition mode perspective. It did the uniforms, but that was about it. You had to actually play a franchise to see the real colors and all that kind of thing in the background. Uh, Now, due to some limitations by EA, of course, because I had a team called the UK Cannabis, I am not going to be able to do them in here. I've already tried to upload some of their stuff and it says no. And I can't use the name either, Cannabis. So we'll have to figure something else out for that. Why is this taking so long? That actually works. So let's try this again. Well, that would be messed up if it already went back down, right? But I promise you, there we go. That was almost a disaster looking down. Say, I promise you, right before this video, I uploaded those two logos. These were the EA logos before I was able to upload them. So yeah, actually, let's try one, shall we? So we did this one. It's not going to be for this team because I'll delete it, but I just want to make sure it's still, it's all that timing out stuff, make sure it's still loading stuff. So this is one I'm not using. Yeah, see, working. But I for this team, so we'll hit live here. We need to manage. Delete that. All right. So I'm trying to find this team. There. So, all right. So find this over. So this is the video I was talking about, or at least one of them. I have it muted because I don't want to hear myself. But this is what the logos look like in Madden 20 modding I was doing. So you have railroad tracks going down the legs as a stripe. You have that on the helmet and as the stripe as well. Now, obviously, well, actually, I might be able to do that with this one because right now I only have two logos loaded. The thing I can't do is the number font. Like I had a graffiti, like you see a lot of railroad train cars with graffiti on the sides and stuff. So I was able to do that with the modding of the Frosty editor, but I was not able. Obviously, can't do that in this game because they haven't given you any fonts to work with. Uh, but we're going to try to make them as close to these as we can. So let's go over here. And obviously we can't do. Now, what I could do, I don't know if anyone has shown any of you guys that trick, but something you can do is if you have your colors, so it's silver, so we could come over here to a program. And all we have to do is I usually do 512 by 512 just because it's about the biggest I can get away with most of the time. Every once in a while, depending on how busy it is, so it's too much, but most of the time it works. So you paste your color in there, and you can do this with whatever paint shop, Photoshop. I couldn't think of the name of the second, or whatever. If you have the image slots, you could do this. So I just call it fill. And then go back to Team Builder. And then what you can do is you go back over to your, let's see if I get done back there. Actually, let's do that. So come back over to where you want it to be, and then go into your add custom layers. And you come here to add another photo or another image. And then you go grab created. And as long as you have enough image slots to be able to use that, then you can just make it bigger until it covers the whole helmet. So now you can see the flag and the print disappeared. So what we're going to do for that is, first of all, before we do that, so if you spin this around, you can change your look of it. So now you have glossy. That looks more like matte satin. And then chrome, of course. So we might actually do that for the alternate, or for the color rush, but we'll see when we get there. So we'll go back to glossy where we wanted it. Apply. And then we have to move this up. And now your flag and your text will be there. All right, so having done that, Now we can add our other layer here so we get our logo, and it doesn't infringe on any of that, so we don't have to do anything else with that. And I like that size, and just a hair too much. And then maybe get bigger. And then we have to duplicate so that it's not backwards words. This back and stay the same. So there we go. So now we got that part. I don't think I still have the asset for the railroad tracks, but I could add that later. Put a stripe of railroad tracks in there. For now, we'll do this. Actually, we can't do that because we'd have to do the layer because we added that big layer, so that covers the stripe. So the stripe does us no good. Or if you had a different colored box, you could possibly turn that into a stripe. Those are a little more tricky because you kind of have to add them to the back, and then you can only make it, to, I don't know what they base that on, 2 inches or something. I don't know. So if you do that, then it's sometimes you have to put more. All right, so we go to our accessories, and then we flip back over to. So it looks like everything is white except for the chin. Looks like it's the gray. I think that's satin. I think that's shiny. Satin. All right, so then the face mask is white. Match that to the same. And these are also white. And then the cup is gray. Okay. Now the bumpers looks like they have a logo on them. I have to so I can see it a little better. Still not big enough, but I think to set the logos. So we're gonna keep it white. Satin. Turn the front bumper on. A lot of times these will click back off though, but it still shows the image. It does that. So, all right, and then we want to do hands placement. So yes, 2. So, all right. So, I think we're gonna keep that white satin, but we're not gonna change. We're not gonna put anything on it. I think. So, oh, I do have something on it right now. Actually, it's not right now. I think it's Orlando because that's what it was there, but I think that's an actual team. So uh, Madden wouldn't let me do it, so I changed it to Port St. Lucie. But I don't have the word art to put on there, and that would take up another image spot. So I'm not going to do that just yet because I want to do the railroad tracks if I can. So we're going to leave that the way it is. Base color. That's kind of up to you because we put that shell on there. It depends on what you want everything to look like, right? So you can do any of that stuff. whatever you want. I think we're gonna go with blue or white and some blue. Do that. So if I do blue, it goes. Yeah, it's different. Why not? We'll do blue. But the shell doesn't change because we put that layer over. So, all right. So get that helmet done. Let's go ahead and save that. Wow, I saw a lot of stuff about Team Builder on a lot of the forums for EA. I can't believe nobody's come in here to watch or comment or anything. I do show one viewer, but that could be, I assume that's a Twitch mod or some kind. So. All right, so this. All right, so it looks like we are already on the jersey, and then we have, looks like we have that, and we have this and that. Actually, I don't think that's right. It looks like we just have two. Can we do that? Okay. Wow. All right. So these are put today. It's like that. All right. And then it looks like we have white numbers and then with a blue outline. Then it looks like there's another white outline. I think we can do that. So, I don't have anything really up around the neck area, so I think we'll get that one. Yeah. That. There goes the white. There we go. I don't think anything else is there yet. Now I can't do that. So it has the same kind of thing, but I can do white and blue. And numbers, we have some that are threes. Yeah. So if we do something like that, it would be white, then blue, and then white. Again like that. So change the colors around here for that. Yeah, I like that better. That'll do. It's that third one down. Okay. So we do have, looks like we do have shoulder numbers. So put those there. Need to go to the right. All right, pants. Again, I think we're gonna wait to, so I don't have the asset for the rubber tracks just yet, but we'll make that and add that later. So we do have a gray belt. Yeah, we have gray belt in the pants. And we're not gonna put any stripes on it because we're gonna add that as a layer. So And then the socks, it looks like we have a white, looks like we have a white base, and we have a blue. So if we put it all together, to add the train tracks for the helmet stripe and the pants stripe. But other than that, that's pretty much what they look like for the most part. If we had enough spots, we could also do a chest layer, so we have the logos or whatever on there. Or we could do one to go on the helmet, or we could do one that would go on the helmet and on the, and we have the logos on the front, so we probably want to do the Port St. Lucie for the back of the helmet and the chest plate. Because if I do the train tracks, I'm going to need a blue version and a white version, I believe. So if that's the case, I would not have room for the words. So we'll have to think about that. And right now we'll just keep it this way. Now I could do, let's take a look at that. Something I could do is I can actually do a stripe on the pants. That matches the sleeves. I'm not a big fan of their stripes though, because they put that other color out on the outside of it. I don't want that. So actually, is that this? Oh, what is that? Oh, yeah, what's going on there? That's weird. I mean, I guess that looks all right. I don't, just not a big fan of it. If I want two stripes, then just give me two stripes. I don't know. The other, like, there's no outline on the helmet stripe. Why would I want, or the sleeve stripe? Why would I want one on the pants? Seems weird to me. Like, uh, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. All right, so what is that? I mean, it doesn't really match because of this sleeve having to be white because of the gray. So I don't think we're gonna wait and just do the train tracks. Did I not? All right, so let's see what the way look like. Yeah, so I need a white version of the train tracks to go on the helmet because it's silver. And then I need a blue version of the train tracks to go on the pants because they're white. And then I have blue pants on the away, so I could do the white on that. The helmet is still silver, so that would work for that one. All right, so we're gonna go here and do our helmet again. So what we want to do is the base color, which is blue. Although if you wanted to get even more creative, you could do a different color on the inside. Go ahead and choose leave the number and replace that with a logo. That. Set. Did our logo. That one we did 2.5. Not that. I think that's right. It's a little higher. Five. Oh, one. I thought we did two. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so we're not doing stripe. So accessories, we did white and gray. This on white. For that, logo. And it's placement. Needed. 1.2 and 7. Okay. All right. So jersey is white. Any colors blue. Okay. Well, that's interesting because the away jersey has 3 color stripes. I'm just not seeing. And the home jersey only had the 2 color stripes. Two. I'm sure that looked different. Maybe I just didn't catch it. All right, so we're gonna go with that one. We're just gonna go to here. That. That. Nameplate. Blue. So we had the third one. This is gonna be gray. Okay. Not doing any custom layers on the jersey yet, so to the pants. The pants are gray. And then we're not putting anything there because we're gonna try to do the railroad tracks. And to I mean, it's a little bit Dallasy, but once we put the railroad tracks on it should separate it a little bit. And we'll do alternate, obviously, and a color of kind of a. Actually, do we want gray there? Do we want? Yeah, we're gonna go with white. So it matches that part. All right. So what else we got? All right. So It looks like did something the same time. Alternate, and then we'll add one from. I may delete these and add them back because it'll be easier to do it that way once we add the ribbon tracks. But anyway, if anybody in the A sees this, please add more image spots. There's so much more creative stuff we can do if we just had the same as college football. And then we're gonna do, and I'll probably add this one back as well. So what you get with that is the exact same thing you had. That's why it'll be easier once I put the railroad tracks on there. It'll bring those over as well. So we will change these once we get that. Um, but for now, so what we're looking at for alternate is blue, and then we have that, and then we have sleeves. Now these are 3 again, so I think maybe I just screwed the home jersey up, the regular home. But I think we want to stay with the 2 just to give them something a little different from everybody else. So we'll go 2. And then the blue one is going to be gray. So it's going to look like that. Which actually it's backwards from that. So we'll do that. And then on the numbers here, we want to do gray with the white. And then on the numbers, we're going to pick the same third one down. And we're going to, well, we don't have to, so we probably So what we're going to do here is we're still going to do, actually, let's do gray. And then white. Yeah, let's do that. All right. So that takes care of that for now. And then the pants in this version are gray. Blue belt, the white. There's that. We're not going to do any stripes because and then the socks for these guys are that. That's what the alternate would look like. Okay. Go to the alternate away. So I have that. All right, so this is going to be the same element, but you might change the look of the shiny and all that stuff. Should we do that here? So did that move? Is that different? Yeah. All right, so this one with Matt. This one also All right, back to the rest of this stuff. All right, so um, right, and the pants were blue to gray, yeah, and the socks were all white. So white, okay. Obviously, you can mix and match this stuff if you guys decide to use the team for anything. And then let's see if I get a peek at the color rush. What does it look like? Oh, one. Show it to me. Looking at. Oh, wait a minute. The way. So this one actually is. I'm flipping around on the thing too much to keep up. This is actually blue. And then its socks are white as gray. That. Yeah, gray and white. Come on. Hold on. Come on. Well, now that. What is happening? Yeah, that's right. Blue. Okay. I thought I was showing the opposite of it. All right, so the color rush I have is all gray. So this is gray. And then after that, this is gray and gray. Well, actually, I have it all gray, but I think I like that. I think I like the blue sides. What I do want to do, though, is I want to come to the numbers. I want to have those be blue. Let's do that. There we go. All right, so preview, way and way. Do we want? Well, we have a white paint here, so if you guys want it all white, do that. So we'll leave that alone for now. All right, so that wrap up the jersey, the uniforms for now until we do the. Actually, I'm gonna make that. Second, let's do the. Let's do something else on the helmet here. Let's do. And then the question becomes, do we keep the logo as not chrome? Or do we want it chrome as well? really don't want chrome. Yeah, go with that. So we got shiny, well, satin on the first two, and then we have matte, and then we have chrome. So that will give people options if they decide they want to use the two. What I do want though is this. I want to change the numbers because they have the same color scheme as the other one. So we want to do here. And play with doses of that. There we go. I gotta work on my alerts. I appreciate it, Helix. So I got a follow 43 minutes ago. I apologize for missing that. Hopefully you're still here. Um, all right, so I do have some other information. So this is gonna be in Florida. So I think you'd want it closed, right? Because you want to be able to keep it cool. So we're gonna go deluxe hybrid. And then I have, I believe, oh, maybe I don't. Back up. I have a list of the teams, their color schemes, and their font that was used in the other one and all that thing. And I also have the names of the stadiums that go with each team. And these are Railway Park. So the only thing that would be making that more cooler, if more cool, is if you could do custom sounds like a train, your train going by every now and then. Or maybe just make that their sound when they score, something like that. Train whistle, which might even be doable. I have not explored that yet. I think we'll keep actually let's go more on the blue side, guys. It's indoors, so we're gonna go with turf. Kind of washed out, right? I think. Um, secondary. Why can I not do that in college? Or did they change that? Because I know in college it wouldn't let you do the secondary unless it was one of their logos. So I do advanced placement. Defeated. Advanced placement. And if we do some wording, we'll do something for the end zones. But for now, we'll just color them. Uh, uh, let's just do a solid color for now. Numbers. See, I'd like to have your own comps here too, as you were able to do with the modding. You were able to do the whole field, so you could color all the stuff where color you wanted the stuff as well. You could you could add layers that had your own member font on it. I think we're good. So you just had to be careful with it. Make sure you could read it. You didn't want anything that wasn't legible. So we do that, and then line code will keep white, white, white. Do that. Yeah. And then in the 50, we'll do one color, and the 20, we'll do one color. So I'm going to do one around, and we'll keep it gray. And then we'll do that. We'll do that. All right. So then if you come over here and you pick, it's always the same. There's no, if you pick the same one, it's always the same. But Ian Collins, I can go everywhere else and come back to it, and it's still good. So that's why I did custom rosters. But it's going to be a little bit more time consuming because I'll have to change all the names on all the rosters. But I also wanted to mention too, for people who don't know, there's no kicker or punter button, but they are in the list. So if you take your time and scroll through here, you can find them. Just have to keep an eye on the position there. Now, why they don't have a button to be able to see them? So there's kicker. So why they don't put a filter in for those, or at least make them, part of one part of the offense, one part of the defense, something is beyond me. So I don't know. I don't really have very good things to say about the devs. Like I don't understand, or team builder, not necessarily the game. I mean, maybe some of the games as well, but you can't knock that there's no visual equal to that game. Or maybe there may never be. But the huge oversights. Like I don't understand how you go from 10 images on college football, which came out first, to only 5 images for your pro teams. I don't I don't get it. I don't understand how that's a thing. Like why wouldn't you're pretty much, and I know they say that the NFL game and the college game aren't the same game. But if you look at the animations, they absolutely share a lot of stuff. The player models are the exact same. There's no difference. So they can say whatever they want to say, but you can see it. So they need to come up with another story that's better than that, uh, which screwing stuff up. Like I don't know, this went down sometime late Friday night because I was using it, and then all of a sudden I couldn't do it anymore. Um, and they just fixed it today around what I could tell somewhere between 5 and 6. Like that's when it got fixed. So what is that? 4 days? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and well, half of Tuesday. So I get 3.5 days. And I've seen a lot of people, and I agree. If it would have been mud, something that makes them money, Because technically you paid for this with your $70 or $100, whatever you paid for your game. But that income stream's gone. So they're not gonna worry about it. It's not gonna be on the priority list. But if Mud had gone down and their income stream was taken down, absolutely would have been fixed within an hour probably. So take that for what it's worth. Just my opinion, more or less. But I think it's pretty sad that it took them that long to fix it. But again, I'm sure they don't work weekends. So I mean, do you count that? Because I know in my job, if something is broken on the weekends that I'm involved in, I'm working the weekend, or I can find another job. It's pretty much that simple. Um, I mean, you gotta keep your fan base happy if you're gonna make money. And yeah, there'll be another generation that comes in eventually that you can start preying upon all over again. But if your game's good and your customer service is good, those parents will spend their money since their kids get that experience, and then you have a new generation of customers. But you're losing out on a little bit of that money because parents aren't going to buy the game if you don't take care of your customer base. And if somehow we get competition back in this space, a lot of people are going to put their money towards something else, especially if it can visually compare to this, which is pretty sad. And I feel like somewhere around 2008 or so, they were doing the right things. Of course, they had some glitches, and any game will. No, it's human. It's made by humans. It's programmed by humans. Humans make mistakes. It happens. But whatever happened for this to take that long, it really needs to be looked at by the company. But I digress. I appreciate you guys checking this out. Team Builder is back. So if you guys were waiting for it to get there so you can continue making your teams or work on a team you've already had going, you are able to do so now. I hope you guys take care of each other.